Okay, sis. Let me paint a picture that might feel a little too familiar. It's the end of the month. You check your bank account and feel that familiar pit in your stomach. You've been good, no big vacations, no major splurges you can remember, yet the balance is still tighter than you expected. You pay the minimum on your credit cards, scroll past the buy now, pay later reminders, and cancel that one streaming service you forgot you even had, only to realize there are six more you're still paying for. You tell yourself, it's not that bad, everyone has some debt, but deep down you know something feels off. You don't feel in control. You don't feel wealthy. And you definitely don't feel like the financially responsible woman you're trying so hard to be. That, Queen, is the trap of invisible debt. The credit cards you don't think about, the buy now, pay later plans that feel like free payments, and the subscriptions quietly draining your account every single month. It's the debt you don't even realize you have until it's too late. Today, we're walking through your life at every level of this invisible debt, from the woman carrying $2,000 to the one drowning in $25,000 plus without ever feeling like a debtor. We'll look at the brutal 2026 math, the psychology that makes it so sneaky for women, and the exact steps to break free so you can finally breathe and build real wealth. My name is Barbie, and I spend way too much time thinking about the hidden money leaks that keep amazing women stuck, even when they're doing everything right. If you're a woman who's ever felt broke despite making decent money, or if you suspect your credit cards, BNPL, and subscriptions are quietly running your life, hit that subscribe button right now. And if this video helps you see your money more clearly, give it a thumbs up. We're diving deep with honesty, compassion, and real tools you can use today. No shame, just sister truth. Look, here's the thing. Most finance advice talks about bad debt like it's obvious. Big car loans, payday loans, or maxed out cards from reckless shopping sprees. They act like if you're not carrying massive visible balances, you're doing fine. But the 2026 reality is far more dangerous and far more common: invisible debt. It doesn't feel like real debt because the payments are small, spread out, and often feel like normal life. Credit cards used for emergencies and daily convenience, buy now, pay later plans that split purchases into easy installments, subscriptions for streaming, fitness apps, meal kits, storage, beauty boxes, all quietly adding up while you tell yourself, it's only $12.99 a month. I pulled the latest 2026 data from LendingTree, Consumer Financial Protection Bureau reports, and subscription economy studies. The average American now carries over $6,000 in credit card debt alone. But when you add BNPL and subscriptions, the true invisible load for many women sits between $12,000 and $30,000 plus. And because it doesn't come with one scary big bill, we normalize it. Here's what most people don't realize. Invisible debt is especially toxic for women because it hides in the everyday details of running a household, looking professional, and trying to keep up with self-care. It feels like normal life until one day you realize it's quietly controlling your choices, your stress levels, and your future. Let's talk about why this kind of debt is so easy to fall into and so hard to see. It starts with mental accounting. Our brains treat small, recurring payments differently from big ones. A $15 subscription feels trivial. 4 $12 BNLP payments feel manageable. A credit card balance you pay the minimum on isn't that bad. This is called payment minimization bias. We focus on the small monthly number and ignore the total cost. For women, the mental load makes it worse. You're often the one managing household needs, buying gifts, keeping everyone looking presentable, and trying to practice self-care. That $9.99 meditation app, the $38 emergency outfit for work, the BNLP for kids' clothes or home items, they all feel necessary in the moment. Dopamine and social pressure play huge roles too. Buy now, pay later makes the instant gratification feel free. Subscriptions give a sense of abundance and control. Social media shows everyone else living their best life, so you unconsciously spend to keep up. Before you know it, you're carrying invisible weight that affects every financial decision you make. The scariest part, many women don't even realize they're in debt because it doesn't look like the dramatic stories we see online. It just feels like tight money every month. Let's walk through the levels so you can see exactly where you are right now and what it's really costing you. Level 1, the I'm fine stage, $0 to $3,000 in visible debt. You have a couple of credit cards with small balances, 4 to 6 subscriptions, and maybe one BNPL plan. Monthly leak is $180 to $350. You feel mostly under control, but you're always a little surprised when the balance doesn't drop faster. At this level, the real cost is opportunity. That $250 to $300 a month could be building an emergency fund or retirement instead of quietly disappearing. Over 5 years at 7% compounding, that's over $20,000 you're missing. Level 2, the slow creep, $3,000 to $8,000. Multiple credit cards, 8 to 12 subscriptions, several BNPL plans you roll over. Monthly payments feel normal at $450 to $750. This is where many single and working moms live. You tell yourself you'll pay it off when things calm down, but calm never comes. The stress is subtle. You hesitate on bigger opportunities because money feels tight. The psychological weight starts affecting your confidence and decision-making. Level 3, the normalization trap, $8,000 to $15,000. You've accepted carrying balances as just how it is. Credit utilization is high enough to hurt your score, but you're still making all minimum payments. Total invisible load feels like background noise. At this level, you're paying hundreds in interest every month, while your net worth stays flat or declines. Many women here feel stuck. Good income, beautiful life on the surface, but zero progress toward real freedom. Level 4, the silent crisis, $15,000 to $30,000 plus. You're juggling multiple BNPLs, credit cards near limits, and dozens of small subscriptions. Minimum payments eat a huge chunk of your income, yet the balances barely move. This is when the real damage shows. Higher insurance rates, difficulty qualifying for good housing or loans, constant low-grade anxiety, and the painful realization that you've been working hard for years with almost nothing to show for it. My own wake-up call came when I added everything up one night and realized I was carrying $11,400 in invisible debt I barely noticed. The monthly payments felt normal, but they were quietly stealing my peace and my future options. Let's put real 2026 numbers on this. A woman carrying $7,000 in average invisible debt at 22% credit card APR and BNPL fees pays roughly $1,740 in interest and fees per year, just to stand still. Over 5 years, that's over $7,700 thrown away, plus the compounding she misses on money that could have been invested. If she redirected even half of her monthly leak, $300, into investments at 7%, in 10 years she'd have over $52,000 instead of stress and minimum payments. The difference between living with invisible debt and living without it is often the difference between financial anxiety and real freedom. Now, you might be thinking, but Barbie, I need these things for work, kids, or self-care. Or, it's not debt if I pay it off every month. Or, everyone has subscriptions now. I hear you. Some spending is necessary. The problem is when it becomes invisible and automatic. You can still have nice things and convenience, just with eyes wide open and systems in place. Paying minimums is still debt, and everyone does it doesn't make it smart. The women who break free give themselves permission to question every recurring charge and every easy payment plan. Over 10 years, a woman stuck in moderate invisible debt can easily lose $80,000 to $150,000 plus in combined interest, fees, and missed compounding. Over 20 to 30 years, that gap becomes life-changing, the difference between retiring with dignity and working longer than you want to. On the other side, the woman who eliminates her invisible debt gains not just money, but calm, confidence, and options. She sleeps better. She makes bolder career moves. She builds real wealth instead of just staying afloat. So, how do you escape invisible debt starting today? Here's your exact game plan. Do a full invisible debt audit this week. List every credit card balance, BNPL plan, and subscription. Add them up. The total number will shock you into action. List every subscription and ask, would I buy this again today at full price? Cancel everything that doesn't get a yes. Switch all BNPL to cash or debit for 90 days. Break the habit of splitting payments. Create a debt snowball or debt avalanche payoff plan. Focus on one balance at a time while paying minimums on the rest. Set up automatic extra payments. Even $50 to $100 extra per month makes a huge difference. Replace convenience with intention. Meal plan one extra day a week, brew coffee at home sometimes, audit your beauty routine. Build a small, visible joy fund for treats, so you don't need to use credit or BNPL for emotional purchases. Improve your credit score by lowering utilization. Pay down cards to under 30% of limits. Have honest money conversations with yourself, your partner if you have one, or a trusted friend. Shame dies in the light. Review your numbers every single month. Celebrate every $500 or $1,000 paid off. Watch how your energy and options expand. Here's the truth that changed everything for me. Invisible debt isn't a sign you're bad with money. It's a sign you've been living in a system designed to make spending feel painless and normal. When you finally see it clearly, name every dollar, and start automating your way out, you don't just fix your finances, you reclaim your peace, your power, and your future. You stop living at the mercy of minimum payments and start building a life where your money works for you. You deserve to feel light and in control. You deserve wealth that grows instead of stress that compounds. And you are more than capable of breaking free starting today. If this video made you feel seen and ready to face your numbers, drop your biggest invisible debt item in the comments. I read every single one. Share this with a girlfriend who needs to see her own situation more clearly. You've got this, Queen. The debt you can't see is the one that controls you until you decide to shine a light on it. Let's get your money back. I'll see you in the next one. Love you.